LB checking in, man. Keep it locked in, but in between the lines with Coach Stella. You feel me? You did.
Hey, we live at Annex Events, Luxury Dome Rentals. Hey, it just so happened y'all caught us at the perfect time. Hey, look, we're gonna show y'all just a little sneak preview of what you can have in your own backyard.
We back like we left the keys on the counter between the lines. Coach Stella, I'm L, and I'm here with the birthday boy. What's up?
What up, brother? 41.
Coach Stella,
What's
41
up, bro?
birthday, man. Y'all motherfucker.
Appreciate it, bro.
You know what it is. Y'all hit the
Birthday
comments,
got excited.
man.
Birthday got bro a little
Yeah,
excited.
for sure, man. It's always a beautiful
all
day,
love.
man.
I appreciate everybody that sent me birthday wishes. I really appreciate y'all. Man. You
Yeah,
already know.
man. So go ahead, get in the comments if you haven't already. Wish Coach Stella a happy birthday, man. From me to you, bro. Like I said before, man. You one of the most essential leaders we got in the community, man. You put your toes to the line every day.
Appreciate
You know
you,
what I'm
bro.
saying? It's an honor to serve,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro. I appreciate everybody.
Happy born day.
I appreciate you, everybody, and I promise I ain't weird, but I'm happy it's over. I don't want all that attention, but love to everybody.
Indeed, man. So look, man,
Let's jump right into it, though.
Let's right
man.
into it, man. It's week 10.
Woo-hoo!
You know what I'm saying? It's week 10, man. We at this point in the season, we were just
Playoffs
talking
around the corner.
before we start recording, man, talking about how at this point it seemed like the season went fast, man.
You do, bro.
It seemed like the season went fast, but you know, it seemed like maybe because we getting better at what we do, and also, you know, we got to go to some venues that we haven't get to go to in the last 2 years, man. Got to go see some people up close that we've been wanting to go see. So,
like the old folks say, bro, time fly when you're having fun, bro.
Indeed, man. So
it's been a blast, baby.
You know, we could spend all episode going through, you know what I'm saying, our expectations from the start of the season to now, but we're going to get right into it, man. It's week 10, man. Let's get into our ELLIE House Game of the Week recap,
Let's
man.
do it, brother. Let's jump right into it, man.
Now.
We had a big Division I showdown on a Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock in Cleveland, so that was a beautiful part. Archbishop Moeller took the drive down from Cincinnati to take on St. Ed's. And honestly, it was a St. Ed's. It was a whooping, man. I thought it was going to be a great game. It was a great game in talent. It was a lot of talent on the field. But St. Ed's got it done, 35-10. Ain't going to overtalk this. Ain't going to overcomplicate this. This was the Zach Hackelman show. We're going to talk about him here in a little bit later. But Zach went crazy. We talked about it last week. One of my coach's eyes points with Moeller was, can they stop B. White and can they stop Zach Hackelman? If you can't stop one of them or both of them when you play them, it's going to be a long night. And Zach proved me right. And he showed why, you know, that is the point, a true point to be spoken when you're talking about St. Ed's team as an overall, especially their offense. I thought the defense played lights out. You know what I mean? Anytime you're playing a team that talented, seeing them up close, Moeller is definitely a talented team. And give up 10 points. It was 3 points for a while. Moeller got a touchdown late, kind of in garbage time. But it was a great night for the St. Ed's defense. They played great. They was running. They was hitting. I thought the secondary had a great night, man. You were speaking about it live during the game. The Moeller receivers really couldn't get no separation and get open. Especially shout out to Mekhi Boone. That kid had a big-time game. I had him for at least 3 PBUs and 2 big hits. So the kid was out there holding down his side, locking down, but also being a physical presence in the run game. Or anytime he got a chance to be a physical presence, he definitely did it. So shout out to Mekhi, man. Mekhi playing some big-time football right now. We seen him at Massillon have a big-time pick in the corner of an end zone guarding Geo Jackson, which is a tough cover. And then to see him this week, he was just blanking in everything, man. PBUs, big hits. His footwork is a lot better. The kid is just a big-time football player, so shout out to Mekhi. Also, shout out to Landon Lamer. We actually got a chance to get that film. Check that out right here. Y'all going to like that film. Landon Lamer coming off the edge with a big-time hit on quarterback Matt Ponatowski. picked up by Colin Crocker. Colin seen that end zone. Colin got little. Defensive player probably don't ever get a chance to touch the ball. Like I said, Landon come off the edge, big time hit, strip sack. Colin pick it up, take it to the crib. All in all, that was pretty much the game. It was a Zach Hackelman show on offense. B-Dub had a good game. I think he had like 16 carries for 100 yards. But that lets you know how special a performance Zach had. When we poo-pooing a kid having 16 carries for 100 yards, we ain't even talking about that. And everybody know how great of a player Brandon White is. But it was the Zach Hackelman show. We'll get into the stats here soon in a minute. But shout out to St. Ed's. Coach Lombardo doing a great job. Got a big-time game coming up this week at Holben. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. On the other side for Moeller, it was a tough start. You know what I mean? Just coming out the gate, it was a tough start. St. Ed scored first. You backed up a lot. They didn't have great field position. The St. Ed's defense was fired up, running around, hitting. It looked like they just wasn't ready to play mentally or physically. And I think, honestly, that drive is tough. To come down from Cincinnati on a Saturday morning, it's that a 5-hour drive probably on buses, and get off the bus and get ready and play that team, that's tough. I'm not saying St. Ed's wouldn't have beat them if they came down the night before. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just being honest, that's tough to do. But I was still impressed with some stuff I seen from Moeller. Definitely impressed with quarterback Matt Ponatowski. Kid got a big-time arm, velocity on it, accurate. He was making some throws, me and you were seeing, like, that's a big-time Division I throw. His playmakers were just struggling getting separation and getting open in that game, so it was a tough matchup. But there's nothing I seen from that kid that make me down on him at all. That kid going to have a bright future. 2 big tackles I was talking to you about as we were walking in, Khalil Johnson and Patrick O'Brien. Shout out to the O'Brien family. We got a chance to meet them on the sideline and after the game. Great, great family. One of the reasons why Patrick has a bright future and got a lot of offers as he continued to get better. But shout out to the O'Brien family. But all in all, those are the couple things that stuck out to me. The defense had a rough night. Really, they had a rough night just trying to track Zach Hackelman and score twice on offense. Special teams trying to tackle Zach Hackelman, 2-punt return touchdown. So all in all, it honestly wasn't a lot to talk about. I would have never expected us to have a running clock in that game as we were getting ready for this type of game. But shout out to St. Ed, man. They're doing their thing. Shout out to Coach Lombardo. He does a good job week to week getting his team better. No matter if they start off 5-0, 4-1, they get better every week. And you can see them playing their best ball of the year right now. Defense is flying around, hitting secondary, locking up. And we all know what the offense do. B. White didn't have a good game. B. White had a good game, but they didn't really need him to go crazy. Shout out to Johnny Evanchek. He getting better every week, moving the ball, whether it's with his feet or with his legs. But leads us to our player of the game was Zach Hackelman, man. I mean, the kid, the first 4 times he touched the ball, he scored touchdowns. 16-yard reverse. 47-yard punt return. Then he gave you a 91-yard punt return. Then a 24-yard fade or double move that had the DB falling. So it was a big-time night. All in all, he finished with 237 total yards, 4 touchdowns. It's a big-time night. One of the best performances I've seen in person.
Indeed, man. Just to pick up where you left off, seeing Zach Hackelman up close, having his day like we seen him at Massillon. You know what I'm saying? Massillon, the Massillon secondary did a good job on him, but just to see him in the form that we've seen him perform before, back in that form, 4 touches, 4 touchdowns to start the game off, and it was like you said, he set the tone. You know, saying it's just wild to see your receiver set the tone. It was like one of them when you see Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase go crazy on a Sunday. It was like that.
Yes.
Out the gate, man. So shout out to Zach Hackelman, like I said, you know what I'm saying, as advertised, didn't disappoint on a nice Saturday afternoon, man. They came down.
He had a buzz in the stadium just off him alone.
Indeed, man.
It got to the point we was going to the end zone, seeing all the other media outlets, whether it was people, news channels, radio station, podcasts, or photographers. Everybody got to the point after 2, like, you think he's going to score on his next touch?
He did.
So by the time he got the 91-yarder to the sideline, by the way, if we play that right here, shout out to L for getting great coverage on him, watching Zach tightrope that sideline, then cut across the field.
Across the field.
View. But after that, it was at the point like, okay, it was kind of like going to a basketball game and like at halftime, man, this dude got 30.
Exactly. That's exactly the feeling it was.
Zach, man. Keep doing your thing.
And if you stay tuned after this episode or after this segment, we're gonna show you the post-game interview. He mentioned it. He said he felt like he was in a flow state.
Yes, sir.
And you could tell because it didn't seem like he was moving super fast or playing hard. It was just like
the game so slow.
The game just As soon as the ball started coming to his way, it's like everything slowed down. It was like everything slowed down.
Like Deshaun Jackson when he had the miracle in the Meadowlands Part 2. When he bobbled it and it felt like everybody else moving and like he picking it up, moving in slow motion, like, oh yeah, I'm about to go right here, then right here, and I'm gonna score.
And I'm gone.
Felt the same way.
So,
but for that kid that been playing a lot of football since the sophomore year, you could tell the game all the way slowed down. His confidence is through the roof. He got all the skills you need in a receiver in high school. So shout out to Zach, man. Keep doing your thing. Happy to see you in person. I've been waiting to watch you in person. One of my favorite players in the state. For
sure, man. And like you said, the quarterback for Moeller, Matt Panatowski, Mr. Football for Ohio, he was putting the ball, he was hitting them in the numbers sometimes. They couldn't get a lot of separation, and sometimes they just dropping the ball. But like you said, that drive up from Cincinnati probably had a lot to do with because they did seem flat out the gate. Yeah. They seemed flat out the gate. Like I said, getting up early, 5-hour trek, up to play a team like St. Ed's, like before tough. You mentioned.
Well, shout out to Ed's, baby.
But shout out to Ed's, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Ohio,
Ed's,
holding it down. So, you know what's up.
That's our ELLIE House Game of the week.
No doubt.
It definitely was surprising to see a running clock.
But back, baby, between the lines with Coach Stella at our ELLIE House Game of the week. St. Ed's took care of Moeller that came down here and took a thumping 35-10. I'm here with the guy of the day. 4 touches. 4 touchdowns to start the game. Senior Zach Hackelman. Zach, how you feeling, big dog?
I'm feeling great. That was a great team win coming out. Couldn't have asked for a better first half, and from the defense, everyone balled out. We played our asses off.
You could tell his parents doing a great job with him, the coaches doing a great job with him, me trying to be humble. I'm about to bring out that confidence. When your first 4 touches go to the zone, right? Reverse to the touchdown, 2 punt returns and a catch. What's going through your mind early in the game? Is it like basketball where you like, okay, I'm feeling it tonight?
Yeah, I was kind of just thinking like, I was just out there kind of playing like, I was in like a flow state almost. It just kind of like comes to you, the game comes to you, and I was able to make plays, and it's all glory to God.
No doubt. Now, on our show Between the Line with Coach Stella, when I was previewing this game, one of my coach's things for Moeller was, can they stop you and B-Dub? When I'm playing St. Ed's, if I can control you two, I got a better chance to win the game. Talk about what it feels like to have that guy back in the backfield, both of you guys back, and what does that do for you on the outside?
I was just telling him, too, a little bit before this, like during the game, I was like, never get hurt. Never get hurt. With you on the field, like no one can stop us. And I want to stay humble, obviously, but that kid right there, he's a dog. He's going to be a problem, and coaches need to go after him and get him.
You heard him, coaches. Big Ten, Division I. Come see Brandon White. He's one of the best players in the state of Ohio, period. Before we get out of here, you got to talk about that defense. They got a late one here, but it was pretty much they gave up 3 points against Moeller and against Mr. Ohio with a big offensive line, some good backs and good receivers. Yeah. Talk about the defense, baby. Give them some love.
They balled out. They kind of came into this week. We knew what we were getting into. Both teams were averaging about 40. They were throwing a little bit more than us, and we were running a little bit more than them. But that was the emphasis for this week. We were doing 2 huddle drills. We're going at it against our defense, running their plays, and I think it showed today.
No doubt. I don't know if you know Mario Manningham from Warren G. Harding, played for the Giants. He said he liked your game. He's been watching you, so keep it up. Before we get out of here, Zach, Between the Lines with Coach Stella, we always look at the camera and give shout-outs. Shout out one person or shout out 100. Give somebody some love, baby.
Jeez, shout out God, man. Shout out God. All glory to God.
All glory to God, man. We got the man of the day, not the man of the night. The man of the day. His first 4 touches, 4 touchdowns. I've been a fan of this guy for 3 years now. Mr. Swag himself, Zach Hackelman. We out of here. Between the Lines with Coach Stella, we had our ELLIE House Game of the day. We got the 2 stars on the defense tonight. I'm going to start with you, Landon. Big hit, coming off the edge, strip sack, and your boy picked it up, took it 67 yards.
Yep.
When you got the call, did you know that was about to happen?
Yes. I've been ready all week. I know. Every week I come out here making big plays, hitting as hard as I can, and just hurt people.
He ain't lying. I've been talking about him all year. That's what he do every week. Colin, you picked that thing up, baby. You ran like your mom was calling you to tell you to come home. What was going through your mind when you picked it up, baby?
Man, just picked it up and made sure no one caught me. Just took it right to the house.
Nice and simple. I'm going to stay with you, though. I had you down for 2 sacks, so you had a 67-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, but also 2 sacks. Let's give some credit to your DC. He do a great job. What was the game plan coming in today, playing against that big-time quarterback?
Yeah, it was just, stay hungry, and we're just a bunch of Lions, and you asked Coach Pappas with the Rockets and the Rocket Fuel, so we were ready.
Rockets and the Rocket Fuel is an inside scoop. Before we get out of here, on my show a couple weeks ago, I compared you to Bradley Eaton, the kid that played here. I feel like you're one of the best football players in Northeast Ohio. You play with B-Dub, you play with Zach. The quarterbacks always get love. You got linemen, that's big D1, so you don't get a lot of fanfare. Talk about your game and what's your mindset coming into the game every Friday or Saturday night.
You know, every time I come into the game, I'm just thinking make big plays, hit as hard as possible, and read that offense and just go out there and have fun.
Silent assassin, silent assassin. Before we get out of here, y'all, we always do shout-outs. I'll start with you, Colin. Look at the camera. Shout anybody you want out.
I want to shout out my parents for sending me to St. Ed's, and I love them.
Nice and simple. I like that. Shout out to the parents. Talk to me, Landon.
I want to shout out my brothers here at Ed's. You know, we have a special brotherhood, and they come out strong every week, and we play as a team.
You heard them, but St. Ed's family. Follow us, Between the Lines with Coach Stella, Interviews Media TV on YouTube. We out of here, Between the Lines with Coach Stella.